All right. Welcome. Solving equations with variables on both sides. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost. See, check this out. We're on step 5 now. So I promise you, we're almost there. Remember the big goal? Be able to solve multi-step linear equations. Check it out. Here we go. Now, at this point, I'd say that we have about what we need to be able, as far as tools are concerned, to be able to solve for x. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to solve this like maybe 4 different ways. Let's see how things go, okay? So, because there's multiple ways to solve this, but I don't want you to, like, if you're following the properties of equality that I taught you and, like, I'm not doing it that way, I want you to know that that your way is correct if you're doing it a different way. So first things first, I'm gonna solve this like the most straightforward way that most people probably would do. But I want you to recognize something here. We have like terms here and here. They're not on the same side of the equal sign, so I can't just combine them to be 8x. I cannot do that. I'm going to need to make either the 5x disappear by subtracting 5x from both sides, or subtracting 3x from both sides and making this 3x disappear. And then the other set of like terms is here. We have a 4 and a 12, right? So either I could subtract 4 from both sides, or I could subtract 12 from both sides as a first step. All 4 options that I've stated here are all correct, but I'm going to definitely say as a first step, we're going to use the subtraction property of equality. So let's say I went first with subtracting 3x from both sides. And I'm going to move a little bit faster because I'm thinking hopefully we're getting there and getting more fluent with this. That's now gone. We're left with 12. And then here, these are like terms, the 4 and the 12. I'm going to use the subtraction. I'm going to stop writing it. I'm just going to say it because I got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Again, when you make something disappear, you draw the horizontal line. I did that twice, right? Because I made the 3x disappear. Now I made the 4 disappear. I'm left with 2x is equal to 8. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and x is equal to 4 as a final answer. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. And notice the first time we subtracted 3x. So I'm going to show you that we could have solved this a different way by, instead of making the 3x disappear, some of you guys out there might have said, well, I want to make the 5x disappear. I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad at you. So that's gone and made it disappear. Horizontal line all the way through. Right here we have a negative 2x plus 12, right? And then like terms here and here, I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. And then we get negative 8 is equal to negative 2x. And as the last step, we're going to divide both sides by negative 2, positive 8. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4. And what do you know? We got the same answer, right? So there's the second way you could do it. And I hope you paused it. See if you can get all 4 of them. You know, pause it and see if you can get all 4 different ways. See if you get the same answer of x is equal to 4 every single time. Let's go plug it in real quick, though. Let's see if 4 is actually right. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. So we get 24 on this side. And see if we get 24 on this side by plugging in 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And what do you know? 12 plus 12 is 24. So x equals 4 is the correct solution. Okay. So x equals 4 is the right way to do it. Is the right answer, or is the right value for x that will make both sides of the equation equal. Now, instead of, I got rid of the 5x one time, I got rid of the 3x one time. This time, as a first step, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, which is what you might have done. But here we end up with 3x plus 8. And then I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, subtraction property of equality. 2x equals 8. And then, what do you know? X is equal to 4. So there's a different way to do it there. And then lastly, if you wanted to, you could actually subtract 12 from both sides as a first step. I think that's the only one we haven't done, right? So I can make that disappear by subtracting 12 from both sides. So 5x, what is that, minus 8 is equal to 3x. I'll subtract 5x from both sides. So negative 8 is equal to negative 2x, and then dividing both sides by negative 2. Positive 4 is equal to x. So there's 4 different ways you could do the problem. Notice we're following the rules. We're just using the properties of equality every time, and we're consistently getting the correct answer. And that's what's going to happen every time if you just, be logical. Follow those rules that we're talking about. Addition, property of equality. Subtraction, property of equality. So on and so forth. Here we go. This next problem. Now, there are 4 different ways to do this one again. But, man, I don't think I'm going to do it every single way this time. So I'm going to choose a way that will give me less negative. So either I'm going to add 7 here and here, or I'm going to add 8x and 8x here. And it doesn't matter. Go ahead and pause this, do it up, see what you get for a value of x, and then return and see if you get the same thing I did. I'm going to add 8x to both sides, making that disappear, horizontal line all the way through. Horizontal line all the way through. 5x is left here plus 13. I'll subtract 13 from both sides, so negative 20 is equal to 5x. And then lastly, we divide both sides by 5, and x is equal to negative 4. Okay, so there is that problem. And we're going to do one more example. Remember, we're solving equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. So there's a variable over here, variable over here. We're just trying to get you guys used to doing that. So here's the last example. We're going to solve for x again. And this time, this one's a little different. Okay, so check this one out. This time, remember the video we talked about like terms? Check this out, man. There's like terms here and here. They are on the same side of the equal sign. So when like terms are on the same side of the equal sign, we don't need to make them disappear. Remember how we used to do this, right? So we're going to add those two. They're the same sign. We're going to add the absolute values, which is 8 plus 2, that's 10, and keep the sign. That's going to be negative 10. You see that? So that's going to be combined. Now watch this structurally, how we're going to handle this. Okay, so whenever I combine like terms like that, I just did something productive, right? I condensed things. I made it smaller, right? So what I'm going to do, and make sure you do this, man, just keep your structure. Let everything else fall down, and then keep on going. So the 3x is going to fall down. The equal sign is going to fall down. The 5x plus 6 is going to fall down. And look at this, man. Now, this looks exactly like a problem like number 2 and like example 1 that we just did. We have 4 different ways to do it, right? So now it's easy money. Man, I don't care how you do this. You could subtract 6 from both sides. You could add 10 to both sides. You could subtract 3x from both sides. You could subtract 5x from both sides. However you want to do it, A is good, man. But remember, I usually try to get rid of those negatives. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. And now that, remember, boom, disappeared, turned it into 0. That's my weapon of choice. Horizontal line all the way through. Drop them down, right? You didn't touch it. I didn't touch you, man. I'm going to let you fall down. However, here, look at, we have like terms, right? On the same side of the line. This is a 10 and a 10 and a 6. We have these on the same time. So on the same side of the line, or same side of the equal sign, that's 16 right there, right? And we're almost done. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, right? So that's gone. Let that 16 fall down, and we have negative 2x. Last step, we'll divide both sides by negative 2. X is equal to negative 8. Am I done? No, man, we got to go check it out. Plug it in, right? Check it. Make sure this thing is right. So I'm going to kind of, let's see here. That would be negative 8 plus 3 times, that's plus 3 times negative 8. That's negative 24 minus 2. I would group the negative 2 and the negative 8. That's negative 10. So over here, add negative 10 to that. It's going to be negative 34. And over here, 5 times negative 8, that's negative 40 plus 6. And that is also negative 34. So we would get negative 34 equals negative 34. That means, boom, we are cool, man. All right, so that was a lot of work. But remember, if you have to do this video again, watch it again, man, and try it yourself. See if you can come up with these solutions. You could even do them different ways if you did it one way. Try it a different way. But practice, 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 and you'll get better, and good things will happen, okay? Remember, the goal is to get you to do something like this, multi-step, and we're almost there. All right, I'll see you in the next one.